Sponsored by
Ayan na na, Bray, pag-abot sa last. Hindi mo sa technically sponsor. Ikaw naman ito na-promote.
Yo! Good evening!
Yo.
Check
Phil,
the
di
spreadsheet.
ka makita, Phil. There you
Hindi
go.
mo kita.
There you go. Sorry about that. My bad. Good evening, good people of the world. Welcome to
Evening, guys.
Morning.
Wow.
Good evening, guys.
Welcome
Good
to
morning, Tago. Good
a
evening.
final.
Good morning, the Sims.
Yes.
Welcome to the third episode of Nearing 30 Show, a show where the four of us talk shit about shit.
Anything, really.
Anything really, whatever comes to mind. So anyway, this is your host Randolph. What the hell? Introduce yourself. Someone move. Let's do that again.
And
Take
I'm
two.
Brian,
Take
welcome
two.
to
Take
episode
two.
Hi, Michael. What's up? Evening.
Saan naman?
Pop intro. Sama na sila. Uy, my God. Live na tayo
Hey.
ngayon. Bulak-bul. Fucking
Give
intro.
me to. Ha?
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
Introduce
What's
mo
up?
ko ganiya. Oh.
No.
No, you
Oh,
didn't.
Hey
No,
guys,
you
my name
didn't.
is Phil, and
No, you
hope you
didn't.
guys are gonna have fun tonight.
Yeah. So you can see there's a certain logo on the stream right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. I hope you are tuned into our live stream, especially my co-hosts. But lang kung makita
I'm
ninyo.
watching.
Yeah. So there's a huge logo in the banner that we're
Yeah.
using right now. So we'll get into that later. So once again, welcome to the Nearing 30 Show, episode 3. So
Alright.
what's our topic today aside from that big ass logo that we put in front of us? Let me double check.
We're gonna
Google.
talk about it later.
Okay, so we'll save the best for last, alright? So, for now, let's start off with Mickey's topic. The rise of new Netflix competitors during pandemic. So what can you say about this? Yeah, especially you. This was supposed to
Yeah.
this was supposed to be talked about last episode, but we ran out of time, so go ahead, bro.
Yeah, as the title suggests, as what the title said, the rise of new Netflix competitors.
Mm.
Basically, we all know what Netflix is.
Mm-hmm.
I knew about that Netflix way before it went worldwide. Netflix went worldwide around 2015 or 16 or 14, either 15. So yeah, it is the most successful streaming service to date with over 100 million subs, as told by Google.
Did you say over 9,000?
Over 100 million.
That seems to be
9,000.
that seems to be
Yeah,
over
yeah.
9,000. Anyway, continue. Wait. Mickey, fill us in. What are the other competitors of Netflix that we know of, as far as we know?
Apparently,
As-
there's a lot that I didn't even know. One's Amazon, the third is Tencent Video, the fourth is IQIYI, and fifth is Disney Plus.
Mm,
The others are like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, YouTube Premium, iFlix, Apple TV, Crunchyroll, etc. There's a lot of them that we actually
Yeah.
don't know.
yeah. So, what do you guys say? Oh, what can you guys say about it? Or do you have any other things you want to say about it, Mickey?
Basically, when the pandemic hit, the cinema media uh, it took a huge dive, especially when the theaters were closed. So basically, the studios have these movies but can't release it, and but, by the time they what do you call it, every time they delay a certain release, it costs them money. Like
Mm-hmm.
like Fast 9, A Quiet Place 2, Black Widow, etc. etc. So by then, ano, the studio actually found a way to keep costs down, and that's to release to release it to a streaming service. And the problem with Netflix is that when you give the movie to Netflix, you actually you you are given a fee, but you can't earn 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 afterwards. Why am I stuttering so much?
Kaya na ni mo, Mick. Kaya na ni mo.
Tara sa call center, Mick.
Yeah, practice na ni mo, Mick. Don't worry. Ginatuyo ni namo nga makastorya ka para ma-practice na yung mong speech. So, we know you have a stuttering problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not actually.
So, yeah.
Galing.
Ayun, bray.
So yeah, most Hollywood movies are now on streaming services. Like next month, Black Widow will hit theaters at the same time on Disney Plus. And the last big movie that actually got the streaming service released the same day was like Godzilla vs Kong last
Yeah.
March. And
Haven't
since
seen that.
but the problem with that, it's only on HBO Max, and HBO Max is only on the US. So the rest of the world had to resort to piracy. Like me.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about
Sorry.
that, but
Sorry, Warner Brothers.
Our
Sorry, Warner
statements
Brothers.
are again to ourselves, and the rest are not conducting these activities.
yeah. So we're neither confirming nor denying that fact, actually. So if you read the disclaimer in the first part, that should make it clear. All right. Once again, neither confirming nor denying the act.
Na rin,
Dahil-
wala ba eh?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. So, Brian, what do you think about the situation?
The rise of new Netflix competitors. Yeah, actually, it's actually not new. But given the fact that since Netflix has been growing and just proven the concept, then yeah, most businessmen actually just wait for a company to prove the concept, then tries to compete with the from the one who's actually created the concept or started the concept. Back in like Netflix has been around like how many years already?
It launched in
10 years?
2007.
I mean, like they started like just renting out the DVDs and sending it back.
Like Blockbuster.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were the main
right,
competitors of Blockbuster. Actually, the history of Blockbuster is that Netflix actually wanted to be they actually wanted to sell Netflix. Netflix actually was almost bought by Blockbuster. Actually, Blockbuster was starting the streaming service also as well. Unfortunately, they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
They were too late and couldn't hold the the expenses for the operations to continue, so they went bankrupt. That's why Netflix has been steadily growing. Currently, Netflix competitors, most major competitors are Amazon and
Disney Plus.
Disney. Disney Plus. They are the three major Netflix. The three major streaming.
Oh no.
What's hard thing about the hard thing about being a streaming platform, especially with Netflix. It's hard for them actually, for Netflix to continue their growth. I hope so that they will. I hope so that the business will lower their operation expense. I mean their like income, because currently though they're burning money to create content. That's true. Unlike Disney Plus, which they have thousands of content. Disney. Basically, Disney just put a digitalized TV of their
Yeah, yeah,
content. So basically,
Yeah,
they have the
exactly,
content already. They just put it
Yeah.
out there. They own
Yeah.
Marvel, so yeah, they own also Star Wars.
Star Wars. The
Star Wars.
Mandalorian.
Star Wars, Marvel, so they have the best content out there. So that's really hard to compete. Netflix is really going to compete against that one. Amazon just bought what's that called? MGM Grand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know where
James
Bond
Bond.
movies were created.
The James Bond movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun movies.
So that includes the other 8,000 titles as well. So like, if you are in Netflix right now, hopefully they could still compete because other streaming platforms are gaining traction, and not to mention the local streaming services as well, like iFlix perhaps for the Philippines. We don't know also for China, for India. That's the major market since they have the most populous countries. They are the most populous countries.
Exactly.
Also, what they don't consider as well is the piracy. It's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
going
yeah.
on. Honestly, it's still going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they have to compete. All of this, all of these factors when it comes to paid content. So I don't know. I'm not sure. For my opinion, I hope Netflix could still compete because they did prove the content, and they do deserve to be still to be a big player out there. We'll just see though. We'll just see. Hopefully, Netflix can buy. I don't know, a network as well. Like or partner, like maybe partner because, for example, in United States there's also BET, that's Black Entertainment Network. I think I forgot. BET, yeah. So that's where Tyler Perry actually gives his content as well. So there are a lot of there are a lot of competitors for Netflix, and I hope they could do partnerships instead of just buying them out. It's really hard, guys. Nowadays, it's like YouTube is a free content space. They have their own. They have their own YouTube TV as well.
Yeah, YouTube Red.
YouTube Red, right?
YouTube Red, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's still going
YouTube
on.
Premium now.
YouTube Red.
Premium now.
Some of their shows are being bought by Netflix, like
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai. Yeah.
never dies.
Cobra Kai never dies.
So like, that's one way. So yeah, if they have to like buy into the new norm, right? To trying to compete with other competitors because actually Amazon and Disney are like rich as hell, so they could actually own. They actually own Netflix a lot of content, and Netflix is still a baby though. After 20 years or how many years of their company still in the service or still existing, it's still a baby when it comes to having content. So hopefully, on my opinion, they can still compete, but hopefully though they would be. They would be careful of spending money. It's like you're not like Amazon, right? Spending almost $500 million for Lord of the Rings content.
Yeah.
If you guys know, Amazon spent almost $500 million for the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if Netflix can do that, but hopefully though they would be wise in spending because as what I heard is that they are burning money to create content, and we're not sure if the content will be good or not. So
Netflix
they should
always
be careful as well.
Netflix always cancels shows though. They cancel shows like left and right.
Yeah, they did. just those they did a lot of budget cuts. Like you won't expect any new seasons coming out for some weird reason.
Yeah.
They didn't
There are
finish some.
some episodes that I've watched before that they don't have new content already. They cut the budget for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just sad on my part because
Yeah.
yeah, you're expecting sometimes an update on your shows, but technically they can't because not too many users are streaming it, or they're losing money on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
exactly.
on my end. This one.
Mm.
How about you, Phil?
Yeah.
What's your take on
What's your take
Netflix
on it?
competitors?
Honestly, I'm not a streaming service guy. Most of the time, I spend watching on YouTube. Most of the time, I spend watching free content. Sometimes, siguro, if I borrow a copy of a show, maybe I watch it. Pero other than that, I guess the only my knowledge of streaming services aren't very good, honestly.
Excuse me.
I don't like spending that much, and I guess maybe if they Disney Plus, pero it would be a hassle to get connections like that unless naka VPN. I guess that's my take on it. Other than I guess if you really want to watch shows, you could borrow a copy of the show from someone, or maybe borrow Netflix access or something like that. But I'm not the kind of guy that says like, spend for that. No, I'm not an advocate for spending that much. I mean, if you have already cable, I mean, like, added expenses na tayo.
True.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but to be honest, Netflix is more worth it compared to cable now. But that's just me.
Pila ka na monthly ka na sa Netflix?
Depende sa
Or
mo.
single screen?
Depende sa mo subscription.
150 for mobile.
No, 150 sa mobile.
150.
150 is the cheapest one.
This is
But
cheapest.
you
And they have
can only
the
use it on phone.
300, 400, and 500 plan. The
Di ba you
500
can...
the
I
500 plan
got-
has 4K quality.
Can
Pop-
you... di ba na may yung mga Android box para
Pop-
may
Pop-
mo o
This is a
Android
pro-
TV
this is a
kung
pro-
regular blocks?
Nag-chat mo pala. Check the people's voice. Oh.
Do what?
What?
Check
Chat
the comment.
and the people for
Ew.
Check the content.
Yeah, I
Basahin
have. Right now I do have access to Netflix through my girlfriend, but other than that, I
Exactly.
wouldn't spend for like Amazon or anything like that.
So yeah.
So most of the time, kay Murag, I guess you could borrow. That's what I said earlier. You could borrow access. That's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
Yeah, okay. Actually, that's what I'm doing too because luckily, generous akong mama. Yeah, she bought a family pack, so there are multiple of us using her account. So sana all na lang, makasana all mo.
The 4 screens.
Dili to 4 screens sa Atomic kay ako, si Tajimay, si Fiona, si Mama. Ay, yeah, tama, 4. Yeah, 4 ka ba? Yeah, the 4
Four
screens. Yeah, 4 screens. Tapos kuan pa gina pwede pa gina anywhere. Kamulog tanaw si Tita Jemay na ako, pananaw ko diri sa akong PC and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, any more thoughts regarding the matter, Phil?
Wala kayo. Well, I wasn't able to delve too much into streaming services.
Yeah, exactly.
Features now. That overcomes your parents.
As a person who used to watch a lot of TV, I can attest to that. But ever since the internet, TV's been meh. Yeah, when the internet came and I learned how to use YouTube, meh. TV became meh. Like I don't even care about cable. So to me, listening to Phil's opinion makes him sound like a caveman. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, but there are ways though. Like Phil is right. For context, Phil doesn't know the power of Discord. Yeah, Phil doesn't know the power of Discord. Facts.
No name drops.
There-
No name drops.
Dude, we're
Hey.
using. Dude, Discord is a free platform. Duh, it's a free
For
platform.
Facebook chat, it's
Uh.
just so much more easier.
Oh no, that's just you rejecting modernity.
Kapag iba yung kapag yung
Ah.
magsay pa maglagi maglain po niya sanay, then you have to do a lot of things.
Dude,
So,
dude, you don't need to do that. You have to. Pwede man gud mo i-set to auto login. Nga mo open ka na mag ano
that's
pa.
what I do, pero kapag I'm open pa ba when I can just open my video games.
So you know you can do just alt tab, right? Alt
Mong
tab.
gali, you can
I
use
know,
alt tab.
I know I can alt tab,
Uh,
pero it just doesn't sing to me.
the caveman speaks.
And the caveman,
The caveman speaks. Kabalo ka. I know the
caveman has a
feeling. I
better
know.
graphics card.
Yeah.
Me fire. Fire
Huh?
no good.
Are you?
We
Are you
have technology.
We have fire. We fire. Anyway, return. We got a little sidetrack there. So yeah. Anyway, regarding the Netflix thing. So yeah, regarding the Netflix thing. Yeah, Netflix has been around for a long time, and honestly, it's for me. It's just like a platform, a new platform of presenting media, right? Like in the old times, you used to go to a video rental store. I don't know, nakaabot pa man siguro mo ana sa Cagayan, no? Adto
Sa
pa
Divisoria.
Divisoria.
Ay, kasi nga nandiyan na.
DVD.
Dili,
Yeah.
not
Video
Baghdad.
City, Video City.
Video City, Video City.
Oh,
Dili
Video
Baghdad.
City.
Baghdad is a-
DVD. We do not associate with the statements made by our co-host.
Yeah. So anyway,
VHS
sorry.
rentals back then.
Yeah, we had VHS rentals back then. So yeah, anyway, it's a platform, and I think Crunchyroll was already there before Netflix. I've heard of
Crunchyroll's already there.
Crunchyroll was the like OG streaming platform for anime.
For anime.
But yeah, that's the difference. Crunchyroll was exclusive for anime, but Netflix encompasses all.
The problem with Crunchyroll is that they won't expand. It's still only in the US. Then
Yeah. Although you can access Crunchyroll with VPNs nowadays, but yeah, you still have to go through conversion. So karon na disconnect na. Okay, now we're good. So I have to apologize to the viewers if the video keeps on lagging. It's because my internet right now is fairly unstable due to the weather, as I explained in last videos. So yeah. Anyway, regarding the competitors, I only recently got into Netflix due to the Toonami. That's but yeah, Toonami was just a part of Cartoon Network back then. I used to watch a lot of Toonami because that's where they show.
Gundam.
Yeah, Gundam, basically for Gundam, until they decided to move it to Adult Swim. But yeah, a lot of ever since then, I haven't been watching any TV as of late, but I think Toonami has split to its own channel. Okay. So yeah.
Boomerang Master Race.
Yeah. So yeah, Cartoon Network is a huge company, so it's not a surprise if they have other sister channels like Boomerang, as Phil said. Boomerang, if you don't know what Boomerang is, it's actually
Boomerang does reruns of old shows.
yeah. If you want to watch old Cartoon
All the
Network
classics,
shows,
like-
all the classics like the Flintstones,
Scooby-Doo.
The Flintstones.
Scooby-Doo,
Scooby-Doo.
Jet Jetsons.
Judy and the Jetsons.
Yeah, the Judy and the
Um,
Jetsons.
He-Man.
Even old
I think He-Man adik to ba eh.
wala ko kapas kung nahiman dito, but I did watch Fantastic Four cartoon there, like the old
Yes.
Fantastic Four. Oh man,
Space Goes Coast to Coast by Space
Yeah.
Goes Coast to
Yeah.
Coast.
but Space Goes Coast to Coast is an Adult Swim. It's not there.
No, Bergman siya sa Boomerang at one time ba? I think.
I think the original Space Ghost, not the Space Ghost Coast to Coast, because that was the
Itong original
Ah.
runs.
because the Space Ghost Coast to Coast is actually a parody of Space Ghost, and wherein the ghost is actually a talk show host. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
the title Space Ghost. I always wondered what cartoon was that. I just couldn't.
it's like a
Itong-
it's like a white Batman. It's a white Batman.
Yeah,
It's a white Batman. It's a white Batman.
Anyway.
Yeah, sige.
Yeah, so
Continue.
yeah. Anyway, we're missing the point. So yeah, the competitor, the first biggest competitor that Netflix had to encounter is YouTube. Because like Phil said, YouTube is a free streaming platform, and in the early days when YouTube wasn't so very picky about the videos you upload, people just basically upload anything, including
Punta sa-
movies.
So na two girls, one cup. Sa YouTube.
Oh no, you do not want to know that.
What the hell,
You do not want to know that.
dude?
Exactly, you do not want to know. If there are people watching, you do
Diba
not want to know
YouTube
that.
punto siya originally.
Oh,
Yeah, those are the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm having PTSD.
Yeah, it gives us PTSD. Luckily, I didn't watch the original video. Like I searched for the original video, but I cut it midway, and then I saw. What YouTube had was like a.
Jokes on you. I've never seen it.
Aw.
Baba ko na scar.
That's fine. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Basically, Netflix has a lot of competition even before it established itself. But YouTube had its own private chat groups before. I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know how to use. I didn't really explore YouTube. All I did was like watch videos and anything like that. Besides that, Amazon Prime, and then suddenly we have Hulu. I remember watching the OG YouTubers mention Hulu and Amazon, and usually Amazon Prime, because that time YouTube still didn't have like a streaming platform like Netflix, and then around a certain time they started using YouTube Red, where I first encountered Cobra Kai. So as per their usual marketing tactics, usually the first episode is free to watch on YouTube, but if you want to watch the other ones, you have to subscribe. So basically like that, until they change it to YouTube Premium, which is basically the same as Spotify Premium, in which there are no ads and you can watch movies. Also, in case you
There are
guys
movies in YouTube.
Yes, there are movies in YouTube, but the difference between the YouTube Premium and Netflix is that for Netflix you have to pay the subscription, but for YouTube Premium, aside from the subscription,
You have music.
you have music, and at the same time you have access to other videos, I think. Though I haven't tried YouTube Premium, but I think you still have to buy the movies that they provide, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but YouTube is already selling movies. Kung makita ninyo sa advertise
Yep.
nyo. Yeah, like
Yep.
like here's Atlantis for like 129 pesos, and it's really cheap. But yeah, compare that with Netflix. For the same price, you can watch like unlimited movies for a month. Yeah.
True.
Also, to add to what Brian said, that Netflix is losing a lot of money. Well, I think one factor of that is to improve it. They should open like they shouldn't do region locks. Because that's actually a problem.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who want to watch stuff that are not. Thank you, Kat, for sharing this to podcast groups. There are a lot of shows that we as fans want to watch but can't watch because of region locking. So we had to pay another service like a VPN just to access it. So that's doubling the. Although there are VPNs that are really cheap, mind you. So mga VPN dyan, baka naman sponsor nyo kami. Baka naman.
What's VPN?
I think the problem with the
NordVPN.
region lock is the licensing, especially the ones
Yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Yeah, exactly,
That's
exactly.
the main problem.
Mm,
Hopefully they could unlock the region lock so that
mm.
there are a lot of shows, man. A lot of
Yeah,
shows from Netflix.
there's a lot of shows. Yeah, exactly. But it's kind of weird that
K drama is the future.
Mm, yeah, but it's kind of weird how the region locking works. Like Netflix already bought the film. Why do you have to region lock it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of weird, region locking. You already bought it, but why can't you? You technically have the rights to it, but why can't you? Oh, what's up, Luigi? What's up? What's up? Hey, thanks for watching the stream. Yeah, you have the rights
Hey,
to
sup,
it, but
gigs?
what I'm saying? Oh shit! I lost my train of thought. Anyway, you already bought something, but you can't really show it. For I know, I think that's what the laws are. I'm not. It's same thing with buying movies in the old times. But like when you buy a DVD, you can't really publicly show it because if you publicly show it, it's considered illegal. I think. Yeah, yeah. So the best thing to do is like doing it in the down low. Oh, hush hush.
My friend one time illegally streamed a UFC fight. He got banned on Facebook for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Also, this is the thing. If you Facebook is also it's gonna be considered a competitor with Netflix because there are, although it's illegal, people are still doing that stuff, especially on the developing countries. I'm not gonna name drop those countries. I'm just gonna say developing countries. Like if you dig deep enough, you will find sites that offer free movies. Hell, even generous Samaritans that offer their Google Drive just to download movies. So yeah, if there's a, it's like a, it's like a testament to the saying, if there's a will, there's a way. So basically, the whole film industry and the series industry, their number one, their public enemy is actually piracy.
Yep.
Which is
Like what I'm doing with Loki right now. I'm sorry. I just have to watch it.
yeah, exactly. Like we're not. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Shameless plug. Nice, nice, nice. So yeah. So anyway, like that we because we're fans of the show.
We have to.
Because
We have
yeah,
to.
yeah. What? Yeah.
Please continue. Please continue.
Like that. We're fans of the show. We resorted to less legal means, diba? And it's not just us. It's actually rampant. Even in U.S., Japan, even or well, let's say China. You don't know, but that really is, I know. So yeah. Like our viewer here said, if you read in the comments, I'm gonna show it. Copyright law is different in every state. So that's the TLDR bit. If you want to know more, just feel free to research on it. Anything else to say about it? Yeah, basically, actually, right before we talked about this, I had no idea that Netflix is struggling until Brian mentioned it. Because yeah, now that Brian mentioned it, it kind of makes sense because what do you call it? Wait, the music stop. Okay. Now that Brian mentioned it, it's kind of impossible to keep it up like that and maintain a low asking price for streaming services, right? Like I mean, dude, where can you find the streaming services for like 150 or 500 pesos? That's like real cheap compared to the other ones. Plus, we have actual access here in the Philippines that we don't even require a VPN to access. Like we don't even have Disney Plus here. Amazon Prime is gonna be coming here because we have already Amazon here, Amazon offices here in the Philippines. It's located in yeah, actually bought from them, but it's quite expensive due to shipping. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically my 2 cents about the topic. Like for Netflix, yeah, I know. Like for Netflix to I'd like to support Netflix, man. Like if you can afford it and you want to really watch it, just do it normally. Just pay the 150, I think, for the 1 month for single screen. It's not that cheap. It's just for 1 month. Like hell, I even pay 1,000 plus for freaking Spotify for 1 year because it's a hassle just to keep it on.
Really?
You'd save, yeah,
You pay yearly?
yeah. I pay yearly.
Nag-monthly ako.
Yeah,
I do
because
monthly.
because if you do the math, you pay more when you do monthly rather than yearly.
Hmm?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Iya pa
true.
galing. So yeah, basically like I used to do monthly though, pero gakasamukan ko kay sige ra kog kuan. There are times na din ako siya magamit yun. Tapos nahuman na lang ang month na wala ko siya gamit. So sayang gyud. So I said, fuck it, let's do yearly. So I think that's around 1,200 pesos per year. And for me it's a steal. But yeah, I'm looking for other options na besides Spotify to use because I don't like what Spotify is doing to its artists. If you dig in the issue, actually. So yeah, that's another topic for another day. So I think that's all we have to say about that topic, don't you guys? So
Netflix became... I got addicted to K-drama due to Netflix. I
yeah,
can't stop.
man, Filipinos love their K-dramas. Am I right?
Yep. I love the K-dramas. Well,
Yeah.
compared to Philippine dramas,
Philippine
Uh,
dramas are like, oh my god, anak
Yeah,
ka
yeah.
pala ng
It's-
ano
it's
ba to?
overdone.
The long
Yeah.
lost child.
yeah.
Or-
It's the long lost
or-
child
or it's a typical
archetype.
And
Yeah,
then,
it's the kabit-kabit
so what
nga
yung kabit-kabit, dayon gi-oppress din siya, then nahimo siya pobre, dayon
Yeah.
na-realize din niya siya yung anak sa milyonaryo, then napa-DNA test, and then they
Mm.
win in the end.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
classic Filipino story.
Compared to
Okay.
Korea,
I do not
Yeah.
associate these opinions of my colleagues.
Our opinions are strict. Our
Their opinions are
opinions.
their opinions.
Our opinions are strictly our own. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we're not trash talking. We're just
yeah,
saying facts.
They're not
No, it's
bad facts.
it's
just
more
opinions.
opinions that are rather than facts. So yeah.
Yeah. True.
So I think this is a perfect transition to our next topic. Brian, you're near the fan.
What's that?
Gakadunggan na mo yung electric fan.
It's not a fan. It's not an electric fan, man. It's the manual fan, like the one you extend. What's
Kanang
that?
imo ipaypay.
Yeah,
pamaypay. Freaking fan. Anyway. And I think this is the moment to talk about the latest trending in Netflix. Our own Trece.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Honestly, I only watched the first episode because I haven't got around to watching the whole season yet. But what about you guys? Have you finished the whole season?
No, man. I just watch a clip from YouTube.
I binge it. I binge it the day it got released.
Okay.
Tabby po.
Oh my god. Like the backlash it got for like the our local dubbing was up the ass. I'm telling you, it's up the ass. So Phil, you're the most affected one of this. Actually, it's your topic, so you may take the
okay.
lead.
Okay. Honestly, how do I say this in a nice way?
Do
I
it
mean,
in a nice way.
I mean, a lot of people saying, okay, you have to support local, but if you want to support local, go for the real local, not the celebrity local. You know what I mean? Like, because I've noticed that the Philippine dub was compared to the American dub or the Japanese dub, it's more how do I say this? It's
cringe.
more refined
Mm.
compared to what we got. Here's the thing. A stage actor or a movie actor doesn't always mean that you're going to be an amazing voice actor, because voice acting is a whole new animal,
Yeah.
and not everyone is meant to excel in every. There are people nga, they will excel in voice acting and in movie acting, like I don't know, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is an amazing voice actor. He's basically the Joker.
Yeah,
Um,
he's basically the Joker.
Pero not everyone is meant to be a voice actor, even though they're amazing movie actors or teleserie actors, and that's what happened with it. I'm not gonna name drop actors because I still have respect, even though that and I have zero idea who the Philippine actors are after high school.
Exactly.
I lost
Same.
track of who were like
Who's
you know,
who?
parents
Yeah,
are
yeah.
like,
Who's who?
like who's this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know
I don't
who
watch.
these actors are.
I don't watch TV.
I don't. I don't watch local television.
Exactly.
And pero if they had one job, like this was supposed to be the chance that the Philippines had to like go on a global scale and say, hey, this is us. This is our product. Like you remember that meme, like the kidney meme with the gallstones? It's like I made these.
yeah.
And they decided to go with celebrity rather than actual talent when it comes to voice acting. We have a lot of amazing voice actors. I mean, the Naruto voice acting, although I never watched, I heard they had really good Filipino dubs. There was really good. There was really good performance with the dubs, but I don't know what happened. Why they, instead of like going for the professionals, they just went, hey, who's famous right now?
I don't know about that. So, do you have anything more to add before I start my piece, or nothing else?
Yeah, not anymore, I guess.
So my take on it is like, here's the deal. I don't know what they were thinking when they were casting when they were casting. Phil was right. There are a lot of very good professional voice actors in the Philippines, but the sad reality is people don't really look into it, or rather, they're too lazy to look into that, like to properly cast people that are more qualified to do that. I'm not saying the actors in question is less qualified to do that, but as we all know, there are better options, and I'm pretty sure most of us agree after watching an episode in that dub. Like, I mean, the other characters, their voice acting is pretty good, but for some reason she just sounds off. Like, and I'm quoting this from another well-known, like I think podcaster or a talk guy that's on YouTube. You probably heard of him. Goes by the name TP, but I'm not gonna say what it is. I might get striked. Hey, he goes by the name TP. To quote him, the voice actress kind of sounds blasé. In the sense, like the way she pronounces our words, because she's very fluent in English. So, like that one scene, that really struck us, like Tabi po.
Tabi po.
Oh my god! I'm like, okay. And I just realized that the first thing that popped into my mind when I heard that, I was like, I love sinigang. I love sinigang. So yeah, like props for her for doing her best though. Like, I kind of feel sorry for the backlash this is getting, but I know it's not. I know that it's some of the backlash is actually getting out of hand. Yeah, there's something called constructive criticism, which believe it or not, most Pinoys are not really fond of. Like, they get easily offended, especially nowadays. Like, you say, oh, like this, you should do it like this. I don't intend to hurt you. I'm just trying to help you improve.
With a classic response, ikaw na lang pagbuhat, ani.
Yeah. muna ang pinakaklaseng response which really grinds my gears. Like, ikaw, dude, I could if I would, but sadly, you're the one chosen. So, kailangan na mo na
It's your
panindigan.
job.
It's your job, not my job. I'm just criticizing you on the things that you can improve better. But yeah, I have yet to watch the Japanese dub on it. Although I think I've seen clips of it. It sounds good actually. The normal conversation sounds good. But yeah, as you guys have noticed, when they start pronouncing the Tagalog words, kind of sounds off. But that's normal. It's Japanese. Have you seen Japanese people speak English? Like non-English speaking Japanese people speak English. It's kind of weird also. It sounds it sounds off. But yeah, you can give it that to them because that's not their native language. Here in the also I haven't seen the English dub yet, so I really can't comment on that. I bet Mickey can comment on that though. But yeah, it's nice to see that finally our country, the content creators in our country are being recognized. And props to Netflix for actually adaptizing Trece. Like, I didn't know Trece was a comic before they said that Trece was actually based on a comic that is based here in the Philippines. The only comic I've heard of is, I think Phil has heard of this comic as well, is Padre Zamora. It's a badass comic. I still haven't.
I'm sorry.
Padre Zamora? You haven't seen that?
I have zero idea what that is.
Oh man, sorry, I got that. Guys, if you haven't, you should check that comic out. It's Padre Zamora. It's an awesome comic. It's loosely based on our Philippine history, so it's pretty much like Trece, kind of like Trece, but the protagonist is Padre Zamora. And if you know your Filipino history, you know who Padre Zamora is. So yeah, sidetrack. So yeah, I'm hoping that if it gets a chance, that comic also gets a Netflix adaptation, and hopefully they don't butcher the casting. There's a lot of other options. Like, I don't get it why of all people there. Of course, if you ask the director and the producers, they would all defend that because people, let me remind you, they are contractually obliged to defend their staff because they're the ones who made the decision to hire her. So yeah, even though they don't like it, they're compelled by law to defend it. I bet if you ask one of them personally, they would really say that there should be another one.
But I'm
Yeah.
not saying the
Yeah.
other dub. The show should be scrapped because of it.
Because of that,
It's an
dude.
amazing show.
The show is awesome. I'm not
show.
hating the show. Yeah. Look, we have a comment here saying that Filipino dub is Filipino dub nice on Filipino dub. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where we get our basis from because the four of us, I think you two included, viewer, we grew up on Filipino dub.
Yeah, we grew up on it. Dragon Ball nga tinagalog. Come on.
Dude, go on.
Ghost
Slam
Fighter.
Ghost Fighter, Dragon Ball. What the hell? Pokemon. What do you want? We watched those things on GMA growing up. Even those freaking old anime like Princess Sarah sa ABS-CBN. You know that? It's actually nice. Princess Sarah, ano nang gagawin natin ngayon? Magbabalat na tayo ng patatas. Kung di ba? Look, I'm not hating.
On ABS-CBN back then.
Yeah. Like, I'm not hating. Actually, the Tagalog dubbed anime is actually awesome. We actually joke about that when we were playing Magic. Especially the Tagalog dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you haven't seen it.
Ano na ngayon, Yugi boy?
Naku, papupunta naman ako sa Shadow Realm. See, and to reiterate, Phil is right. Voice acting is different with actual acting because in voice acting, it's just your voice. How do you have this enough skill to show emotion through your voice? Like, it takes tremendous amount of skill and training.
That's
Like,
the thing. Sometimes mga actors, even though they're not really that good, madala magud sila sa ilang looks. Let's face it, a lot of actors have the most monotonous look on their faces, pero somehow they get through because they're actually good looking.
Yeah. Plus
Pero pag
connections
abot
too.
mo sa dub kay,
You can't
just
you
can't
can't
see their
yeah.
face.
Yeah. Exactly. But then again, in the advertisements, you do see who's who. So yeah, uh, the first thing you see is that, oh, it's that celebrity. So you already expect things. But when we were in high school, we watched actually a animated Filipino we actually animated we watched an original movie that was made here in the Philippines, and it was entitled Orduha. If you've seen that movie,
Orduha.
if you've seen that movie, that was great. It was that was like casting done right. Ordua was voiced by none other than Angel Locsin.
Eugene
And
Velasquez.
yeah,
Eugene Velasquez.
well, it's
That was
Eugene
good.
Velasquez.
That was good.
No, it was
It's not
Angel
Locsin,
Locsin.
It was Eugene Velasquez.
Okay, whatever. So yeah, that was a good movie. And then I think
That was a good movie.
ang partner ni Ato is si Cesar Montano.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Nakalimutan ako sa plot, pero I remember like
Yeah.
seeing that.
Yeah, it was basically like Pocahontas. Kinda like Pocahontas, but this time
Asian
Ordua.
Pocahontas.
No, but this time Ordua fought back. She actually fought back. Yeah. Kind of forgot the plot. I have to rewatch it soon. But yeah, that was an awesome animated movie. So if Ordua can make it, what more can Netflix do? They have more
Yeah.
budget than Ordua, and plus it's a series, so basically they can do whatever they want. Like it's not
Yeah.
it's not new that it's not new in the series industry to recast voice actors. If they could, I hope.
Cast gani ang
Yeah.
isa ni sa live gani nga voice nga
Yeah.
actor sa pagkaana sa
Yeah.
voice actor.
Yeah.
Dali i-recast.
Yeah. If Netflix is listening in here to our podcast, baka naman, no, like all the fans.
Naman.
If you do plan on releasing a season 2, I really hope that you do a recast on Trece, because this is just my opinion. I'm not hating on Liza. The way Liza, sorry, look, I already name dropped. Come on, everyone who's seen Trece knows who she is, but I digress. So I have nothing against her, but the way she delivers Trece, it just really doesn't click well. Like, I get it that Trece is supposedly like cold and like sort of emotionless, I guess, but there are other actors that could play her well. If you guys are around Twitter, one of the Trece fans actually would like reimagined it to be Glyza Castro from GMA. If you didn't know, Glyza Castro reprised the role of Perena sa Encantadia na reboot sa GMA. I don't know if the three of you watched it, but my mom watched a lot of Encantadia back then, so that's how I know about the show. But yeah, if you listen to that fan-made like dubbing that they replaced her voice with Glyza Castro's, oh man, fits way better.
Is
So,
that
yeah.
the one where they hired the actor of The Mountain? Katong silang pag-remake nila.
Asa?
Sa katong
Encantadia?
Encantadia mo nata to nga.
No,
They hired
no.
The Mountain.
No, they didn't.
Lahi dito nga show nga they hired The Mountain.
Yeah. Lahat itong show, yeah. I didn't know about that. So yeah, anyway, please don't really take it out on Liza. I know it's really on the voice actors. Don't really lash out. Like, constructive criticism is fine. Like, guys, learn how to use constructive criticism. You don't have to attack the person personally. Like, be professional about it. That's what I hate about this country, because people can't seem to be professional.
Everyone's too emotional.
Yeah, everyone's too emotional. I don't know what's up with this country.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, towel. I'm not gonna say, but towel. Yeah, you heard me right. Towel. Everybody wants publicity. So yeah, Brian, what do you think about the show? From what you've
Honestly, I
gathered.
haven't watched the show. I've seen clips of it. To be honest, I just heard Liza's voice right now for the animation while you guys are talking. So just to get a context of um, just to get a sample of what Liza really sounds on the show.
Mm.
I think you know, well, just for me, just for me, there should be like a division when it comes to like um, where they cast it. For example, like you don't cast uh, a normal a normal actor in a theater who has no experience, right?
Mm.
You don't cast a theater actor in a voice acting position. Like
Mm.
they have different experiences, different fields.
Mm.
Like for example, like in a work, guy, in like sorry, like work guys in call centers, you don't put someone who's used to being chat support in a voice because
Exactly,
technically
exactly.
those are different positions.
Exactly.
So
True.
That's a stupid move
yeah,
unless you're really desperate.
uh, because actually when it comes to voice acting, technically you don't need a superstar. You know, you're just for me Netflix just paying too much. You're not paying for the face, you're paying for the voice.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
the voice.
Voice.
you could cast anyone else who's
Mhm.
much more experienced. I get that Liza tried it out, but I
Mhm.
did hope that they they look around a little bit more. But for
Exactly,
me,
exactly.
like yeah, but for me, I'm not used to watching Tagalog TV shows. Like
Mm.
I get cringe. It's just weird for me.
Yeah,
Like
it's cringy,
especially
it's cringy. Yeah,
animated.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know, I
Every,
get it, I get it.
every time I see animated dub Filipino shows, it's just like weird. Like Doraemon, like, you know that slam dunk. It's just too weird. Like, when I watch Trece, like just the first few clips on Facebook, like it's just weird, man. It's so cringe. Like, dude, I could remember watching Slam Dunk, like Filipino dubbed.
Yeah, but
You
that
know,
was
like
cool. That was cool, man. Uh,
yeah, but in terms of like voice acting, I've heard Inka. If you guys know Inka Magnayo, she's a voice actress as well.
mm,
She do podcast. Yeah. I heard her rendition on
mm,
Facebook. It's
mm,
actually quite nice. It
mm,
has more. What's there? It's called. You know, like, it's just more. It's just more there. You know. Um,
mm.
that's what you call experience.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
putting
Yeah.
emotion on your words instead of
Exactly.
just
Yeah,
the facial expression.
yeah.
So
Conveying,
that is the
conveying your
difference.
emotions. Conveying emotions
Yeah,
through your voice.
yeah, true,
Mm,
true. So
mm,
that's that. So that's actually the difference on that one. So like, just for me, maybe they took Liza just to gain traction on the um, what's this on the show. You know, just to spread the word.
mm,
But honestly, they didn't need it. If you guys saw the advertisement, the billboards itself, like, dude, that was amazing.
yeah,
Like
it
for
was
me,
amazing. Yeah, yeah. Like
that
that was
was
the,
that was
Mar-
that was already good. You know, you don't
yeah,
need a superstar to do the voice. You
yeah,
can
yeah.
cheat.
Exactly,
You
exactly,
get
exactly.
you get a voice actor
Mm,
to do it
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
that's their field.
Mm,
Just give them the respect that they deserve. Don't
exactly.
try to like run them over just because you're much more famous. You're much
Yeah,
more
yeah,
like
exactly,
popular.
exactly. Mm,
Like you don't need the money. For me, like you don't need the money. If
yeah,
you want to do
indoor.
experience, do it on your own
Yeah, yeah,
way.
yeah.
But
Mm,
as
This
much as possible, man, just give it to the experienced ones. Like
mm.
they do
Leave.
deserve the recognition.
recognition.
Yeah,
Uh,
leave it to the pros.
Say Manggod. This was the Philippines' biggest chance to get like everyone loves
Traction.
Pinoy pride, right?
Yeah, Pinoy
Pinoy's
pride
love Pinoy
everywhere.
pride.
Pinoy
And
pride
this was
everywhere.
supposed to be their prideiest pride.
Mhm.
And then like this is it. Like gusto mo global, here is it. But then like you had one job. You know,
Mm.
you had one job.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But
Uh,
hopefully next time around, it's not the end though.
Yeah, it's not the end. Not the end. Yeah, like hopefully, like what I said, Padre Zamora. Hey, Netflix, make it happen, Padre Zamora, please. I'm really too lazy to read the comics right now. So if you can make it a movie, I'd be glad to watch. Just fix the casting. So yeah,
It could help. It could help students, right? Like Noli
Yeah.
Me Tangere, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like
Instead of reading the book.
dude, I would kill
God,
for an
Noli.
animated Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. I mean there are already comics that exist based on those. So dude, animated, come on, Netflix, make it happen. Make it happen. Rizal's best works. Two of Rizal's best works. Come on, make it happen.
Like,
Like-
season 1 could just be like
The-
half of Noli.
Half Noli
and then
and
season
season
2, other half of Noli.
Noli.
And then like
Then
you
release
could
El
even
Fili.
like do El Fili as a spin-off show. I don't know, man. Another
No,
season.
no, it's the next season. So technically, there's 4 seasons because it's connected.
Yeah.
So it's gonna start with first 12 episodes, Noli Me Tangere, then second season of Noli Me Tangere is the other 12 episodes, and then you can
Yeah.
release El Filibusterismo, first 12 episodes, and then another 12 episodes for season 2, and you can milk it.
You can milk it, and I guarantee you, Filipinos will be
Well,
like all over it.
Yeah, especially if it's gonna be done right.
Oh my god, if it's gotta be done right, yes.
Yeah.
Even if it's not gonna be done right.
Yeah. Although
People would
I know
understand, results work because I know
Yeah.
before I still
Yeah,
haven't read the books. Honestly
Dude.
speaking.
dude,
Wait till fourth year
Dude,
high school.
how did you not read the book nga muna tong lesson for like all year round sa high school? How did you not read the
You
book?
know, that's I graduated.
Well,
There's
screw
things that
you.
we're good at.
Well, screw you, man. Well, screw you,
And
man.
I'm good at coding.
You had one job.
You had one job. That was like
Yeah,
our
one
one job sa Filipino. That was like the only topic sa Filipino na to a subject. Man, if our teacher would
No,
hear
it's
you
not
right
a
now,
Filipino subject. You know that.
that's why you should
Kadungog daw,
improve. Kadungog sir best ni mo.
Kamatis.
Service
Sick
would
bag.
agree. Service would agree with me.
Yeah, exactly. I know he would agree. But yeah, man, dude, I had no idea how you got through Filipino with that kind of shit.
I'm good at bullshitting, man. That's
Yeah,
that's how we
whatever.
do it.
Yeah,
You're
that's
good
how
at
we.
something, I'm good at something.
Yeah,
That's just it.
Yeah, basically, okay. Then we're getting off topic. Okay, so for the guy who binged watch it, what are your thoughts, Michael?
Sure,
Michael,
so where do I begin?
here we go. Sige, Vic, take it away.
Since I am the otaku of the group,
Mm-hmm.
I had to watch in Japanese because the film
Obligated.
No shit.
Oh man, it was so horrendous. It's cringe. Yeah. I'm so sorry for the Philippines, but it's not my thing. But the show was nice though. But yeah, like what the other three said, it was a miscasting for me. They should have hired a professional voice actor like Inka over a popular celebrity like Liza. Professional over popularity. What the hell?
Exactly. Like the show already gained popularity enough with what they planned sa advertising pa lang, as Brian said, di ba?
Super.
Like, it's basically selling itself. Like, oh shit, it's the first Filipino animated series on global scale.
Yeah.
You can actually put some random professional voice actor there and he'll get the traction too. It could skyrocket his career even, di ba? Katabang pa ka.
Super.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. So, do you have still anything to add to that, Mr. Otaku?
Actually, no. All three of you already said my thoughts.
Yeah.
So yeah, to make it short, professional over popularity.
Yeah, exactly. Not to say the others did do So yeah, I think this is a perfect chance to take a little break. So I'm just gonna do a loading screen. It'll come back in around 3 minutes or 1 minute, right? So see you in a while. Hey guys, what's up? We're back after that small bathroom break. We had
Hey,
to pee. We've been
guys.
talking for over an hour. So I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, what the hell's that little logo right there in our screen? Well, as it turns out, especially between me and Phil, we are actually patrons of that place. So that's
Yeah.
FYI, that's Top Deck. That's a hobby store located in Cagayan de Oro City. Shout out to Top Deck though. Hey, what's up, Carlo, Gerson, JP, Luigi, Erickson. sorry, Erickson. Shout out to you guys. Sorry about that. Forgot. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for bringing the community back where it belongs, especially the MTG community. So thank you once again. So little shout out to you guys. So yeah, we're right now we're actually promoting the store to help them out, in these times of need. So in relation to that, by the way, you can check out their page right down in the comment. I think I pinned it on the post, so their page is there. You can check out their Facebook page and their web page where you can browse for their stocks. Top Deck sells MTG, also caters to board
They
games.
cater
Also.
to Yu-Gi-Oh! Dude, they
Also
even tried
Yu-Gi-Oh!
to do Beyblade before the pandemic
yeah,
hit.
Beyblade, yeah. So I'm asking all of you hobbyists there, especially the MTG community, if you guys are watching, please continue to support Top Deck and tell your friends about Top Deck. They really need the support right now as one of the only as one of the few hobby shops that are still standing after the pandemic. So let's help each other, guys, right now. So in regards to that, with that note, Phil, take it away. What's our next topic?
Actually, this is actually related to our support for Top Deck, and that is the need to support local hobby shops. Now, honestly, hobby shops are a bit of a new fad for the past few years. But TD has always been there ever since around early
90s, the late 90s.
did put 90s mid mid 2010s to 2020s. They've already been there. Or
No,
early, yeah.
no,
I don't
no.
know my history that well.
That's where you're wrong. TD was already around, though they weren't called TD before. The original
They
Magic
weren't called
community.
TD.
Yeah,
Uh,
the original Magic community in Cagayan de Oro were actually been playing around. I
since
think late
early
90s, late 90s,
90s.
early
Yeah.
2000s, where they would meet up in small eateries.
Gaisano.
Number one, it's either Gaisano or somewhere along what's that ng street dia banda sa may ano, sa Corrales. They went to Corrales. They also at one time they went there sa may Pabayo Street, sa Pabayo Hayes ata to. Yeah. Well, until at such time around 20, what was the year you said? They actually settled.
20, I think 2012 kay they I think let's say man sila around Teros block, but around yeah, aside from Magic kay I'm sure some people like let me get like either Yu-Gi-Oh or Vanguard or whatever, pero some of us actually for those who are interested as well in Warhammer 40k, Warhammer Fantasy, they help procure the models for board games, people who love to play board games and D&D. Like if you've never tried Dungeons and Dragons, here's the thing: TD allows for online sessions for Dungeons and Dragons through Discord. There are other services as well, especially Tekken. Yes, Tekken. They're one of the biggest supporters right now for the Tekken community. They allow for online sessions, and if you have further questions about playing with them on for Tekken, you can always check their Facebook page or through their website. There is a really big need for hobby shops to be supported because hobby shops don't come often. Not every
Exactly.
city has a hobby shop.
It's a rarity.
It's a rarity. Only usually big cities have hobby shops, and we only have around one right now. And if we allow this shop to allow hobby shops to close down, we won't have a place to be able to enjoy these kinds of specific hobbies. And in Cagayan de Oro, there are a lot of people who actually love to enjoy these forms of entertainment, especially kind of board gamers. Board gamers exist, and these are fun pastimes compared to just sitting on your computer playing Dota or something like that.
Exactly. So yeah, well, for context, MTG was actually the way I got into MTG was actually through another store which was open at that time, actually, but the OG Top Deck, which was already there, was already operating, but they were at that time they were actually still exclusive to Magic the Gathering. So when I got into MTG, it was on another store, which is actually a competitor. So I'm not gonna mention the name. So if you're from around the city, you might know who it is. If you're the CDO MTG community, you might know who it is. But yeah, that's the truth. That's where me and Phil got our start. And then at that time, there was actually 3 local game stores
Yeah,
that
there
were
were
supporting MTG.
It's
But the reality is only one of those stores were actually catering board games. Yeah, exactly.
right.
You know what I
Actually,
mean?
TD actually catered board games as well. They had
But mostly they
mostly the other
was-
shop was the one doing.
the other shop was doing it. And since the other shop was actually making making a bit of money out of it, so they also had the idea when we reopened the new store. So yeah, I don't think it's really bad about that. I don't think it's really bad
Actually-
about that, like copying it. So
Support should not just for
Yeah.
all hobby shops really.
yeah, for all hobby shops already. But yeah, but since Top Deck is close is close to our
Close to
hearts,
home.
close to home,
Literally
for
close to home.
literally close to home for Phil. Basically, when we reopened Top Deck, staff was not really what do you call it? Staff was not really wala pa kayo staff na kuha si the owner at that time, si Carlo.
Carlo.
So
Yeah.
me and some friends that were close to Carlo would often watch over the store, especially in the evening, because that was the time where dagan kay active nga players nga mangdula. So yeah, so this is me and Phil doing a personal favor to help Top Deck. So yeah, anyway, what are you the reason why I actually find the appeal of video games not as what do you call it, entertaining to me as it did before. It's because I got introduced to tabletop games. Magic is actually given because I've been into trading card games ever since I was little. I used to play Pokemon TCG and also Yu-Gi-Oh, especially Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I got introduced to I got slightly introduced to Magic when my cousin from Manila came to Cagayan to study. He had a collection. He used to play a lot at Gaisano. So like after that, a few years passed, and not until college where I actually got into playing it. And boy, I tell you, it's a trap. It's a trap. Get a free deck, they said. It would be fun, they said. And then you fall into a rabbit hole. There's endless quest to get better cards to better your deck, and the fees you have to pay just to play for the tournaments, and etc. etc. Mind you, most of the players are students, but yeah, students find a way. Students find a way, guys. So yeah, there's a very active community when the local game stores were basically in the last before the pandemic hit. Local game stores are actually a hit in the city. Yeah, because those are the only stores that offered those services. You can't get that anywhere else except for Cagayan. I don't know for the other cities if they offered such places. All
Actually,
these
ay, panay,
sa Mindanao ang area. As far as I know, sa CDO lang na yung I don't know sa major cities na to rin, like Davao, Surigao, maybe there are, pero dili lang kasi sila well known, di ba? So yeah, that's the and especially because na-introduce ko sa role playing tabletop role playing games. That's why video games doesn't hit me as hard as it used to, because I find tabletop role playing games more enjoyable. You know, like the freedom you can feel while playing the tabletop role playing game is really different to the constraints of a video game. Like the freedom is really really existent there if you can try. Like ever since the rise of the hobby stops, ni sabay siya sa trend bitaw sa gawas pud nga, like the things that used to be nerdy became mainstream. Like when the four of us were growing up, if you were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, even video games, you were considered a nerd or a geek or an outcast. But suddenly, just everyone started getting into it. Like suddenly, it became mainstream. So yeah, quick plug from Luigi, our friend, that also has close ties to the store. Where was it? There's gonna stay tuned. Stay tuned for Top Deck's pilot episode of TD&D D&D podcast on YouTube. Actually, this is new, so stay tuned for that. Yeah. Oh, sure, for sure. If I have time, man, for sure. So yeah. Anyway, do you have any much more to add to this, Phil?
I guess this is the last thing. Aside from the fact that DD is one of the only hobby shops remaining in Cagayan de Oro, some of the products aren't just circulating from the Philippines. Actually, DD helps procure products that are also outside of the Philippines.
Exactly.
There are times where we're looking for like specific cards or specific toys. they actually get it from Singapore. So
Yeah.
can you imagine like
Connections.
nagkuha ka just a small piece of cardboard but yet it got flown over just for you.
Yeah, just for you guys. So
Yeah,
yeah, if you have any hobby needs, feel free, guys. Contact Topdeck.
Yeah.
They'll hook you up right up. Search for Gerson. He can help you out because
You can also check their website and their Facebook page.
yeah. Once again, it's pinned in the post. So yeah.
It's been in the boat.
So well, Brian, do you have anything
Yeah.
to say about this?
Yeah, actually, man, it's not my first time to hear about TopTech since maybe my college friends like Chris and Lawrence do actually go there.
Mm.
But yeah, I could really appreciate the hobby shop, especially me and my family actually buys board games and stuff.
Mm.
Like we do have Monopoly, Jenga, Uno. So
Mm.
technically we do have board. Even we do even have Risk. If you guys
Mm.
know Risk, yeah, we actually have
yeah.
Risk.
Mm.
Catan. So yeah,
Catan.
my so technically yeah, yeah, it's really good to support hobby shops, especially Top Deck, which I don't know if it's still if it has too many competitors there or it's just um, standing alone, especially during the pandemic right now. But yeah, if you guys want to support Top Deck, go ahead. We really appreciate it because it's a hobby shop. Here in Manila, technically, because I am in Makati, I do see
There are
hobby
a lot.
shops.
There are a lot there.
There are plenty of hobby shops and they are striving, guys. Like,
Mm.
it's really hard to knock them down because there's too much support here. Even in Green Hills, there's too many shops there as well. So hobby shops like it ranges from like maybe the games, like there are hobby shops who focuses on cars or cards, or like there are also Gundam, something like that. Yeah. Technically anything that relates to hobbies
Mm.
that are not games, like that are not video games. So
Mm.
yeah, it's really nice to see it because for me I could really appreciate it.
Mm.
The statues of Gundam as well. It's like, you know, but it cost much. It's I don't know about Randolph. I could see his Gundam at his background. I don't know
Oh,
how
you
much
don't-
that cost. But
You have no idea what's the accumulated cost sa ako models. Dako na ni.
so it's quite an investment to do
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have a
yeah.
hobby,
Mm.
to have a collection from your hobbies.
Mm.
But if you do want to collect, guys, please support your local. As much as possible, avoid Lazada or Shopee's for that one, because we do need the shop, guys. Because it's not just a shop technically. It is also live video. It is actually a community.
Yeah, it's a
Shops like that,
community,
hobby shops, it is a community. It's not just a shop. So
Mm.
yeah, please support. And that's just on my end. How about you, Michael?
Okay, we interrupted. There we go.
Yeah.
What?
Video game
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
What's your opinion on this video game guy?
I'm not really what you would call a hobby person. But if you wanna set a hobby like what they said, support Top Deck. Pero yeah, like I said, I'm not really a hobby guy because my life has always been around video games ever since I grew up. It was always been video games. But there was a time where I started collecting Gunpla, where I actually bought 4 models, 2 HG and 2 RG. But afterwards, I started to think, more Gunpla or more video games? But as you know, I chose the form. So yes, so sorry. But
Video
yeah,
games.
but if you wanna, but if you have some hobbies, support Top Deck.
Yeah. Well, like what Phil said earlier, Top Deck doesn't only cater to exclusivity to Magic. Top Deck has a growing Tekken community.
Not
Actually,
really into Tekken though.
no. I'm just like ano, it's a video game. They support like competitive video games there. They already have.
I suck at competitive games.
Yeah, don't worry. I suck at it too. I'm just promoting it. So yeah, if you're interested, guys, Uptech also has a growing Tekken fighting game community. They don't only cater to Tekken, although Tekken is the mainstream, but I think they also cater to the other latest fighting games like Dragon Ball Fighters. What
Mortal
else? I think Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I think they support Mortal Kombat. And they're also open to suggestions. If like there's some competitive fighting games that you want to play, yeah, you can pop in over there. Of course, if there's no longer a quarantine there, because really the pandemic really hit the game shop hard because the game thrives on people coming in the store.
Paano mag-Magic the Gathering
So,
kung walang gathering?
Paano mag-Magic the Gathering kung walang gathering? Ganyan, tama. Ganyan. So yeah, the stores like that thrive on people coming in and out of the store. Although pwede man sila mabuhi nga magpalit ka sila through cards and shit, but the most of their profit will come from sa registration fees and people coming yun, labo na kung dagan kay players sa isa ka event. And Top Deck hosts multiple events in one day. Right now since tungod sa pandemic, di ba? You might be wondering how does Top Deck still operate the Magic events, kay gadawat pa silang mga products from Wizards of the Coast may lang in order. So right now Top Deck is using Discord as a platform to play game. So basically, if you want, pwede ka if you follow their page, you can contact the store manager there, Gerson, to get you in that action. So yeah, that's basically it. Support your local game store, guys.
Sorry. Paid promotion, huh?
This is not paid promotion. This purely a personal
comes from
favor.
Purely our for support of what we have
for
in our
support
local,
because
our local shops.
yeah because that shop is for the people and by the people.
Exactly.
For the community, by the community. Exactly. That's the slogan.
It's so patriotic.
Yeah, I know.
But it's true.
Yeah. But it's true. That's actually the slogan of the shop.
Yeah.
So yeah. Once again, I have to re-mention, they also cater to tabletop games, and not just those common tabletop games like what Brian said. They have those. They already have. They have access to board games and tabletop games that you normally wouldn't see. Sa labo na ka na makita nimo sa National Bookstore, wagi kay makita kay kana nasa National Bookstore kay kuan man sila naadya yung mga educational na sila usually. So like Scrabble, generics, Lick and Ladders, like these rare siya diri kay rarely gini mo makita ka na siya diri. So
You'll never see things like that here in CDO,
like Smash Up or Dead of Winter, like those games you would only see them in YouTube or they don't Sheriff of Nottingham, di na mo makita. So yeah, if you want to buy some of those, get in on the action, pwede mo madto sila or order mo. They have the necessary connections to do that. So yeah, just support Top Deck. It's basically TLDR, and it's partnering with the local. It also has ties to the local toy community. So yeah, basically if there's a hobby you'd like to go, just pop in over there, send them a message, ask them if they know anything. They can point you to the right direction. So I guess
staff are very friendly. So
yeah, the staff there is very friendly. I
chat sa ila or anything. Pas sa mo reply, bahala ka alas 3 sa buntag. Ako mo alas 3 ko sa buntag mo chat. Like, order ko cards and matapalik ka.
They would like I would vouch for that. Like they would literally they're still up late at night just to para lang mo take sa yung order. So ingana sila ka accommodating. So yeah, once again, visit Top Deck when the pandemic is gone, you can visit their Facebook page that's pinned on the post of this video, and also napuli lang site niya if you want to order cards. All right. So yeah, once again, shout out to the staff of Top Deck, to the managers of Top Deck, and to the MTG community, and to the Tekken community, the fighting game community sa Top Deck, and also what else? Sa baba ako na miss, the tabletop gamers sa Top Deck. Katong sa shout out sa Rick Tidoy katong experience sa Warhammer na effort niya sa Top Deck. Awesome game though.
What's up, Rick?
No.
Awesome game, bye.
Awesome game ba. Hope to see an actual gameplay kaya pag ko kitaon sa itsura na pagdulaon. Though I have played HeroClix before and I guess it's similar in a way. Okay, na-connect. Okay. So yeah, we're back again. So sorry about the disconnection. Once again, I apologize. Medyo gabinoa kung internet diri sa amo. Oh yeah, I think that's all we have to say regarding this. It's mostly me and Phil's topic anyway, kay di kay ka-relate si Brian lang si Mickey. So yeah, we've been talking for a lot of hours now. We haven't actually had the time, so we're gonna proceed to our last topic. So Brian, you can take this away.
What's
What
the
are you
last
guys?
topic?
Yeah, our last topic is, it's your topic. So what's the best thing? What's the best thing for you now, Apple or Android?
Wait, that's the topic. I thought Intel or AMD.
Intel or AMD
Okay.
ba to? Intel or AMD.
Sorry. Intel or AMD. Sorry. That was the other topic. Sorry about that blunder. Oh man. Sorry man. Yeah, Intel or AMD.
So yeah, so guys, this is my topic. So recently, last week, I sent them a topic we could talk about. It's called Intel or AMD at year 2021. Not year 2020 or 2019. This year, currently, what's happening right now. So basically, we have a processor war. So like AMD is the leader right now in terms of performance. Intel is catching up. Previously, Intel has been what's this called? The Juggernaut.
The Juggernaut
the
for
one
pila na
who's-
years.
Yeah, the Juggernaut, right? Yeah. Ever since they released the i-series, they have been the go-to processor. I don't know if you can tell when they released it. It's actually around 2010. I think so.
Yeah.
2010.
Right after sa katong Core 2 or Core
Yeah.
katong Core
So
Quad,
back
Core
then,
Quad.
AMD was like the king, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ay dili man, mura mo sila.
No.
balance sila to. Fair fight siya atong
Fair fight sila to time. Didto sila nagkabuang ang AMD when they released their bulldozer. Itong bulldozer
the
nila
FX
nga
series.
itong FX series, like that was pure baloney. Didto gid niangat ang Intel.
Uy,
Sabi,
pero to be fair, the bulldozer architecture, the FX series got the record for the highest frequency rate, 8 point something at that time. Like ang standard beto was around 3 gigahertz per yaw. It was like 8.3.
yeah, but I don't think that was all core.
Yeah.
I don't think that was all core nga kwan. Tapos yeah, it will reach that point for like a second until your computer erupts into flames. That was a problem
So, like-
back then actually. Continue, Bray.
Yeah, sorry. So like, yeah, back then, like Intel dominated for like a decade. Up until AMD got their CEO, which really revamped AMD for
Lisa-
like the
Dr.
Ryzen series. Yeah, the Ryzen
Dr.
series was
Lisa
her
Su.
like her project technically.
Oh crap.
Intel. So right now, Intel and AMD is at par.
Oh crap. Holy
In
shit.
terms of performance and in terms of what? Okay, live video interrupted. Let's take a break.
Hang on. Wala na po siya. Nag-zero yung stream. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back now. We're back now.
All right, we're back.
There.
Mm.
So the question: Intel or AMD this year, 2021? Me, I'll take it. I'll take Intel. Still Intel.
Fanboy.
I still do believe in them. I won't. I won't go on the other side of AMD. I believe Intel has the most experience still. And when it comes to what's this called? When it comes to compatibility in regards to NVIDIA cards, Intel has the best drivers. I still believe that um, in terms of what's this called longevity as well. Um, yeah, I've been Intel since like what since 2013. Same PC what I'm using right now, and it's still alive. It doesn't have any problems. So yeah, I believe that it's still cool. It's still good. It's still performing. I still play GTA 5. It still handles it well, despite it being too old already for new games.
Mm.
But for me, the year 2021, if I do get a chance to upgrade my PC, I would still stick to Intel.
Mm.
How about you guys? Phil, what's your
Okay.
take?
Actually, I'll be honest with you guys. I have a bit of a bias towards AMD.
Hey,
I was a
hey,
bit of an
hey,
AMD
hey.
fan, although.
Hey, shut up. Your first PC was Intel, right?
Oy,
i5. You ran an i5
although-
third gen. Shut up.
I got an it's true I had an i5 third gen. Pero when it comes to video cards, I was already with AMD, and when I saw the Ryzen series, I went full AMD.
Mm.
I've always had a preference. Katumagot niya time kay wa magiging mabili sa AMD ito nga time. Pero
Yeah, yeah. All you had is
pero
it's
you
either
have that
you go with Athlon processors or FX or the
Oh,
A series
and
APUs, and it
it's
sucks.
just sad. It
It's
was
just sad.
So
Uh,
I had no choice. Pero honestly, back then when AMD was in the rut and Intel was, the dominant,
the dominant version.
there was a running joke actually. Okay, that was a time that AMD also bought Radeon, and
Radeon.
the joke was, AMD is so bad that they had to go to video cards because they just couldn't compete with Intel. And now the tables have turned. AMD is so good that Intel is now going to video cards.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
a meme. Uh,
Honestly, the whole issue with AMD has not as good of a lifespan compared to Intel processors is medyo
It's
myth
fu-
man siya ba eh?
that's a myth. I can attest.
It's
I
a
can
myth.
attest.
It's a
I can
myth. I'm
attest.
sorry, Brian, pero it's a
Sorry,
myth.
Brian. It's a myth. I can
Yeah,
attest.
well, it's a myth that technicians used to say.
Yeah. Pero
Okay,
siguro
and the truth
siguro
is that-
siguro pop katong bulldozer nga architecture nga time. Kato kay init mo
Oo,
kay bulldozer.
Sir, sure ka to init din siya. Pero in series, ang Ryzen series, how do I say this? Di man siya prone to overheating. In fact,
It's not,
Intel
no, it's
naman
not.
karon ang prone to overheating. Intel is
Exactly.
getting warm because what happened with Intel right now is that back then, because they were the dominant, the complacent mo ko sila, to the point where the past 5 years their performance increase was around only 5 to 10%. So
It
was-
Yeah, they keep on
so
rehashing their architecture pag yun. Mo lang sakit.
That's why my computer is still alive because
Uh-huh.
technically those years no development anymore.
there was no development until Ryzen came out. And when Ryzen came out, Intel was on
Scram-
panic mode. They were like,
yeah.
"Hala,
They
we're
scrambled.
going up."
As in,
They scrambled. So what they did was just to compete with the performance of Intel because they slacked off. And what happened was that when AMD was like they just bull rushed through it, and Intel, they needed to catch up, and the only way to catch up with it was to push for higher energy consumption. So what happened was Intel nakaroon ang kusog mo kaon og kuryente ug kusog mo init, or they're getting hotter and they're eating more electricity when the joke was that it was AMD who's hot and uses too much electricity. The tables have turned because Intel is now the one that is eating too much.
Mm.
Aside from that, really, AMD is the way to go right now. But I guess I mean AMD is the one to go right now. But if Intel fan yun ka, sige.
Hey, don't be.
Pero
Yeah.
right now, right now AMD is king even in GPUs because although Nvidia has better kanang special doohickeys and better performance, pero AMD is offering the latest AMU freeware which is related to the LSS, which is an AI processing for graphics. So sa Nvidia market right now, they're only allowing it for their higher end graphics card, but with AMD, they're allowing for lower end video cards access to this AI, and they're even allowing it for Nvidia graphics cards. So AMD is really the hero right now. As
Yeah,
much
yeah.
as the people like to bash AMD, they're the one leading and they're doing more good than their reputation actually makes them look.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, plus there are fewer people who minds using AMD. And Phil is gone again. Kakawala lagi ni si Phil. Phil!
Who's mine, bro?
Kaya one moment. There's a bit of a problem with my headset. Kaya
That's AMD, guys.
It's AMD.
Uy, yan, si headset yung problema. Dili
It's a
niya
AMD. Don't blame the CPU. It's a headset problem. Don't blame the CPU.
How about
So,
you,
yeah.
Randolph? What's your take on AMD? Are you AMD or are you Intel?
Okay, so here's me. I don't have as much of a bias as our friend Phil. Basically, I had AMD all my life except for one point in my life though. So yeah, my first PC, it was an AMD Athlon X3 tri-core CPU. I forgot was the architecture. I think that's right after Bulldozer na architecture or before. I forgot. That was around 2009. So I ran with that for almost all my high school days. And then finally when I reached college, I had a laptop which also ran on AMD. So that was an AMD A6, A4 na mobile version. Yeah. So compared to Phil, I was the true AMD fanboy, but not all AMD. Sa CPU lang aside, because I never owned an. Oh no, sorry, all AMD. Sorry, no, sorry. I did not have a kuan. Di ay katulad ng ako ang graphics. Oh wait, sorry, Nvidia dito. Sorry sa ano, wala na. Never day ko nag-own gid AMD nga GPU. So on the CPU side lang ko AMD. Yeah. I had low-end Nvidia graphics card sa una, and then an AMD CPU. Tapos I transitioned over to a laptop which housed an AMD CPU nga mobile nga katong mobile nilang A-series nga CPU. A4 nga pangit kayo. So yeah. It ran like a lower Radeon graphics nga pakapin niya. I don't know, it sucked. But it was enough to get me to play Skyrim for most of my college days. And some other some other games sa arang-arang graphics na makaya niya. And then I moved on to a better laptop with an Intel chip because frankly at that time mobile CPUs sa Intel kay mo yung pinaka-ayos good para sa laptop. So yeah, the laptop still right now I rarely use it tungod kay na naman ko capable nga desktop. But yeah, when I got the desktop, I switched over to AMD because that was the time when they released 3rd gen. So yeah, 3rd gen. So basically ako maingon good for the year of 2021. Little context, like what Phil said, di stagnate gina progress sa Intel. Like the decisions they made sa ilang recent nga mga chips. I think the ang 11th naman sila, di ba? 11th gen na sila karon.
Yeah,
Yeah. 11 gen.
I think ang 10th gen nila nga Core i9 was I think around 16 cores, I believe. 16 core, di ba?
Dili,
Ano, no.
Naras
Basta,
sila sa
no.
around
No, gikompetensyaan mago nilang because gikompetensyahan nila ang AMD with the number of cores. So, I don't know why nila nigihimo aside sa they keep rehashing the same architecture, no, na rehash nila. I think ang gihimo nila sa 11th gen karon is I think sa Core i9 they reduced the number of cores na ilang gibutang dito sa 11th gen compare nimo sa 9th gen. Tapos tungod lagi sa giingon like what they said, tungod sa panic na nahitabo lagi kay fucking Ryzen, like what the hell we gonna do. So Intel panic released products along the line that doesn't really have that much of a kind of disparity silang performance ba, like the gap between a 7th gen processor to an 8th gen is like I don't know what 3% kakusugan lang ang performance o gamay ra kay kayo sa ligas. And then suddenly they enter 9th gen and then 10th gen. So it's Intel kind of make weird choices just para lang mo compete sa AMD. Like let's be honest, at that time Intel atong first release sa Ryzen was still testing the waters. If you watch the tech YouTubers at that time, Intel was still the way to go. Kay tungod lagi kay much better gid dili gid na siya doubt nga much better gid yung makuha nga performance sa Intel nga side, especially pag gid nga ang Intel nga side is the chip sa Intel is na ay onboard graphics ang ilang CPU. So kung wala pa kayo budget pang graphics card, magamit ani mo dili sa imong computer regardless. Unlike sa AMD nga side nga hantod karon, I don't know why they still
actually depende Lux. Sa AMD man god, what happened was when they procured Radeon, we had the A series, which is still very popular today.
Yeah, I know, but it's all di man that's not my concern there, Bray. Pre. Ang ako lang is sa ilang mainline nga CPUs. So pero ang gihimo sa ang Intel manggol for context, they do include onboard graphics sa CPU, but here's the catch. The CPUs are especially if overclocker ka or kanang you really got into PC making. Here's the catch with Intel CPUs. They're non-overclockable unless you buy the K variant. So yeah, basically you're stuck with that. Plus ever since dugay na gid ni nga problema, stock fan sucks. Extra gasto pa ka sa imong stock sa imong fans nga ibutang. Especially kung go-overclock ka. Like,
added to that, man, is that I think Intel requires you also to have a video ready motherboard. Unless you have
exactly. Kana
video ready motherboard, and then dapat ang imong motherboard is overclock compatible, kaya sa AMD mo gud bahala pag pasurables nga motherboard.
No.
Let's do this.
Pwede rin may overclock. Like the lowest board sa una sa AMD, like the A320, still selling until now. There's a second revision of A320 that allows you to overclock. Like kabalo ko ang initial nga sa A320 nga board is non-overclockable, but if you get the second revision, it's overclockable. So AMD is making a comeback this year. I don't know this year because AMD is starting to act like Intel manggod the way Intel dude, have you seen their katong 5000 series nila nga Ryzen? They're charging more.
Yeah, the price.
They're charging higher kay
they're charging
yes. Sa shortage dili mo
it's not because of the shortage, Phil. Kaya marketing nila, and it's because it's an enthusiast grade ng mga CPU. So
sa enthusiast grade nila
dili katong 5000 series lang Ryzen, tong Ryzen 5500X, Ryzen 7 nga pila ba to katong 5000 series nila ba. Kay kana mo gud nilang gina-push karon nga market lagi kay para lagi makontra gid nila. Finally makontra nilang Intel og head to head gini ana. Pero if you see tungod lagi pud sa kuan karon sa shortage sama sa imong giingon pud lagi. At that time katong pag-release sa Ryzen 3rd gen nga Ryzen, okay pa man atong production, abunda pa kay ta. So and at that time sad ang pricing sa AMD was really lower than Intel gyud. Like for the same performance you can get more price to performance gyud kung mo AMD ka. Kaso lang gyud ang problema lang gyud sa AMD is like if you have no budget gyud sa imong GPU and you have no idea what CPU you're gonna buy, wala ka idea na day atong Ryzen na katong na Ryzen APUs nga ilang so if you don't do your research mabamboozle gid ka kung pataka lang pa ito AMD. Whereas ang Intel kung whatever's na di sure gid ka na video card save for the F series nga Intel katong bag-o. So kato gitanggal na nila ang tanggal nila overclockability, gi-reduce nila ang number of kanang no hyperthreading and also wala sa integrated graphics. So that's what that way it became much more cheaper. So yeah, this year although AMD is still popular karon nga year tungod lagi sa price to performance, failure out of the camera again. Nawala na pud ka. Okay. Welcome back. So, yeah, basically tungod karon in terms lang gid sa performance like raw power, AMD gid bay. No shit, AMD gid ang gwapo karon. But tungod lang gid sa atong sitwasyon nun sa pandemic, shops are starting to do clearance sales. And usually ang available na lang nila is Intel products. So, basically tungod lang gid sa economy na to karon sa pandemic, like Intel's getting a fair share of sales gid karon regardless of performance. But like Brian said, you can't since karon naman gid nakabalik ang AMD from like the brink of bankruptcy. Dili gid mo ma-fault by nga you can always trust na perform gid ang Intel regardless kung sa iyang karon. Like if you're just a normie nga ginagamit ra nimo for everyday use, Intel gid But yeah, like I said, AMD all the way by AMD ko mo gid gyapon ko. Although I would recommend Intel kung unsa lagi ang number one recommendation gid ako na imong tana gid sa ako unsay available sa imong local nga area ug unsa pila imong budget kay di gid na mo kon. But yeah, to answer that long as TLDR sa akong gingon, yeah, I think it's safe to say AMD gid karon. Sorry Intel fanboys, AMD. Though I would recommend Intel.
For Michael, for disclosure guys, Michael is not really a PC fan. He's much more of a console fan.
Yeah. Pero just to
still like to hear about his views though, because he is impartial.
Impartial. Siya ang pinaka-impartial.
So go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. Wait,
So
hang
what's
on.
your view?
Hang on.
That's my pick. What?
Kajat lang, Mike. Full disclosure, the CPUs that they are CPUs and GPUs that they're using sa mga consoles are also from AMD, so they don't use Intel chips. Oh shit, nawala ta.
AMD Master Race.
Hang on.
How about the views of Michael? So Michael, what's your take? Are you AMD or Intel, or just the opinion of it? Because I'm not sure if
impartial
you're a
lang,
PC
impartial.
fan, but you have the impartial opinion of it.
If I were to choose, I'd choose a PS5.
Oh, fuck you.
Do
You
they
can't
use
do your homework on that,
they
man.
use Ryzen processors?
But they use Ryzen processors, man.
Only for like.
Aha, AMD Master Race.
AMD Master Race, goodbye.
Yeah, but for me, I can't really say things. I literally have no knowledge on these two things. Obviously, I'm not a console guy, but if I were to choose, well, my current PC is actually Intel, Intel Core i3 3210, which is really old. And my graphics card is a GT630. Only a GT.
GT630, an office card.
Old.
How would that survive in this?
He's a console gamer.
But
Go
no,
ahead, Michael.
well, that's because I bought this PC for mainly schoolwork and
Yeah, exactly.
stuff back then. Since I have a PS2 and PS4. So, but what you call it, way down the road, will upgrade my CPU eventually, but either Intel or AMD actually asked Phil to build me a PC, and he advised he gave me an AMD one, but that's so yeah. I guess you could say I'm going to be AMD guy eventually.
APU.
Right?
Actually,
Radeon? No, Radeon doesn't exist anymore.
yeah,
What's
yeah.
the-
AMD rin kita. Ano kita?
Yeah,
AMD Radeon. AMD Radeon.
Yeah. So I suggest you do have AMD plus AMD for GPUs and processors, just to make sure that compatibility is not an issue for you. But hey, at the end of the day, it's still the users. It's still the users' preference, exactly preference. But yeah, Phil and Randolph do give out some good points. And now,
If you...
what's that, Phil?
Joke kung ako friend na lang.
So yeah, so guys, it's really up to you guys. At the end of the day, you do have the budget. You do have the needs. What do you need from your equipment? For me, I would still take Intel, just because I am basically I am cured with them, because I do have I do have good experience with them. I don't have really much bad experience with Intel, especially with their softwares and their processors.
Shit, sorry. Sorry about that. Naputol. Hello.
Yeah. First,
Yeah.
Randolph is actually missing right now.
Nan ako. I'm back.
Sounds bad. Welcome back to the living room.
Sorry about that. So, anyway, asa na tatong gikwad. Sorry ato kay napalong ang net dito sa speaker. I had to make sure na gipandar balik. So, yeah, okay, delete na to siya, ano. Technical difficulty, sorry about that for a few moments. May galing wata na cut sa live. I had to catch my breath. Layo to eh. Man, I'm getting old and I'm out of shape. I had to run. Dude, ang kwarto na ako second floor, so I have to run downstairs, and then connection kay tuwa pa dito sa bake room, which is kind of a walking distance. Mura kag niadtog from Phil's house, niadto kag kuan, Fico. Oh. Baklay ka na. It's like there, munang distance.
Magay dili gikan sa paling po yung engineering building.
Kana no na. Pero kung sa X yung campus context, gikan kag Agis, niadto din kag niadto din kag kuan sa SS nga na kalay ang walking. Via the bridge. Murag nga na kalay ang walking. Sorry, dili SS. Kanang sa STC lang. Pero sa Tumoy na sa STC. Lagikan ka sa Agis sa A303 atong sa I Love Mic. Padulong ka sa STC per tuwas Tumoy. So that's like the walking distance ng pasabot. And I'm out of shape, so yeah. Anyways, where were we? Intel AMD. Yeah, I know. Exercise. We're not getting any younger.
So yeah, I just saw their viewers. Yeah, it's still their preference though. But the discussion we have is just a guide for them, because AMD still costs much nowadays, given the fact that they do need GPUs for them to work. So if they do have a budget constraint, Intel is a better option. But if they do need a better performance-wise, I would suggest AMD as well, because technically I was AMD before I switched to Intel, but I burned the processor. I burned the processor due to the fact that my pin was was bent. Then my PC was burned.
So sad.
Yeah, man, it was what's that called? X4, the 4-core AMD back then.
Okay.
Ah.
So it was good enough. It was good enough to play. But hey, at the end of the day, guys, if just check on the pricing, the preference, budget constraints, and yeah,
Availability.
what do you need from the actual PC?
Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, Michael has always been an AMD guy. Because technically the consoles he plays run on AMD. Though I'm not so sure about the Nintendo Switch though. Okay. Interesting.
In Nintendo use their own proprietary bananas.
Okay. I see. So yeah, TLD. I think this is the this is the time that we close our the time that we end this episode because it's getting late, and we've been talking for almost.
Yes, already.
We've been guys.
So hard.
Guys, we announcement. We broke the 2-hour record.
Yeah, that's nice.
Finally,
Finally, we have a live recording for about 2 hours.
for about 2 hours. So yeah, siguro naman. So yeah, anyways, thanks for coming to the viewers, and again, check out Top Deck. Link to their pages are pinned in the post. What else? See you again next episode. So, do you have any final words, guys?
Not as a moment. No.
Just like and follow our page. We do appreciate it. And if you do have a YouTube account and go to YouTube, honestly, I know that you are. You can subscribe to it as well. It's I don't know what's the it's the YouTube page on our
Yeah, just search Nearing 30. Just search Nearing 30 on YouTube.
Or you can guys check out the link
In their page,
in the page.
Yeah, we put the link on the YouTube in their page. So once again, don't forget to like and subscribe to YouTube.
Don't forget to
all our
like and
podcasts
subscribe,
are
guys.
uploaded there on YouTube as well.
Yeah. So yeah, see you guys on the next episode. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Have a good evening.
Rolling the
Goodbye.
outro. Rolling. The outro. Yeah, outro na. And stop the stream.